What's up everyone, and welcome to episode 16 of my State of Xbox Game Studios series. Last episode we looked at Mojang, who's the one Xbox studio we know will remain multi-platform indefinitely with their Minecraft releases. For this episode, we're also looking at someone who stands out in their own way, Xbox Game Studios Publishing. Let's find out why, and whether this unique role can help bring success to the Xbox ecosystem going forward. If you've been following this series, you know now's the time when I go through the Xbox developers' history and discuss their most interesting aspects, like Forza Motorsport's consistent quality over 2 decades by Turn 10, or how Bethesda's attempts to force a company into acquisition gave birth to Roundhouse Studios. For this episode, I can't do that because XGS Publishing aren't a developer. They're a publishing arm that collaborates with third-party studios to create exclusive games. Therefore, in terms of their history, there's nothing really to say. What we can do though is focus on the developers they've worked with and judge those games' critical or commercial success. In the recent past, XGS Publishing has partnered with Insomniac on Sunset Overdrive, Moon Studios with the Ori games, Don't Nod with Tell Me Why, and perhaps most notably, Asobo Studios with Microsoft Flight Simulator. Aside from Tell Me Why, which still has a very respectable 78 on Metacritic, that's an S-tier track record of collaboration. I can personally attest to Sunset Overdrive's quality, as it was my second favourite game back in 2014 and is in desperate need of a current-gen remaster. Not only would the game be so much more enjoyable at 4K 60, but considering Insomniac's ascendance in the industry since their Spider-Man games, it would also have a good chance of being the commercial success it deserves. For both Microsoft Flight Simulator and the Ori franchise, these industry-defining games need no extra praise from me. Their 90+ scores on Metacritic are well deserved, and considering the games also sold well, both Asobo and Moon Studios make excellent targets for Xbox acquisition, as clearly the Microsoft partnership works. Especially considering the flight sim and 2D platformers are genres sorely lacking amongst PlayStation studios. Considering this track record outclasses most of the video game industry, let alone other developers in Xbox Game Studios, can we expect this to continue throughout the series' console generation? There's no reason why we shouldn't. Both Flight Simulator and Ori got excellent Series X ports, but as they're just current-gen upgrades, it's not possible for them to have the selling impact they would have had if those series versions were available at launch. For a game that did launch on series consoles, we can look most recently to July's As Dusk Falls, a narrative adventure game produced in collaboration with Interior Night. Although not necessarily the biggest hit on Metacritic, I'd still argue it was a success considering this was the first game from a small development team. They made an engaging story, which is the main thing. It's more than can be said for the dev they broke away from, the far larger Quantic Dream and its untalented leader David Cage. There's also future games that look promising like Contraband, a co-op focused open world game from Avalanche Studios, the makers of Just Cause. The CG trailer that accompanied the announcement was quite poor, as it barely told us anything about the game, and it's been over a year without a second marketing beat, which isn't a great look. But considering the pedigree of the studio and the genre, I'm confident it will be a good game even if it's not advertised well. There's also a turn-based strategy game coming exclusively to PC called Ara History Untold in collaboration with Oxide Games. Again, not much is known other than a technical alpha was recently concluded for people in their insider program. It has only been a few months since the CG announcement trailer though, so it gets a pass from me on the marketing front. Finally, there's also various whispers of many other projects like Project Dragon with IO Interactive and Project Belfry, which is said to be like Dragon's Crown. However, considering the L's leak culture has taken recently, we're going to stick to what we officially know when forming our opinion. Besides, there's still one more official partnership to discuss, and it's the most exciting one. The partnership with Kojima Productions.
Kept you waiting, huh?
This game was announced at the Summer Showcase a few months back and is stated to take advantage of Microsoft's cloud technology, which makes sense considering Kojima was working on a Stadia exclusive before being cancelled, and so he needed to find a new publisher. Despite the game's necessity on cloud technology making it quite experimental, we've seen with Death Stranding that Kojima has the talent to explore new genres and turn them into a critical and commercial success. Furthermore, in June 2021, prominent game designer Kim Swift was hired by XGS Publishing as the Senior Director of Cloud Gaming due to her experience at the now sunken ship that is Stadia. This only brings further expertise to the game that has every chance to be XGS Publishing's biggest commercial success, considering the names attached to it. Overall, Xbox Game Studios Publishing has an incredible track record of collaboration with external devs of different sizes around the world. Considering they also have around 136 employees according to their LinkedIn page, they're clearly a big part of Xbox's first party, and so we should see even more partnerships form as the generation continues. I just hope Microsoft does a better job of pushing the publishing arm as a brand, because they deserve the industry's admiration. I can't wait to see what they bring.